spiritual movies. And the first spiritual movies that I have seen, these are all movies that I've seen and saw a little something concerning the truth in it. And so I'm going to share it with you, brothers and sisters, and anyone who else wants to watch and see what we go through as Israelites, as the 12 tribes of Israel, of Negro, Native American, and Indian descent, what we go through here in this country and other countries that are of Western European descent. And it all falls under the scriptures, okay? Everything that I'm going to be discussing today. So the first movie, I'm going to get right into it. The first movie that I'm going to go into is called The River Niger. All right, this is one of the movies of all times in the truth that I would deem a spiritual movie in the truth. Okay, it's a Tony Award-winning off-Broadway hit play of life in the ghetto in the 70s. It took place in Oakland, California, when Oakland was, predominantly Black Panthers. All right, this is kind of like after the Black Panthers start to fall away. And James Earl Jones was one of the main stars in this movie. He played a role as a house painter. He moonlighted at night as a poet, and then he struggled financially and emotionally to support his cancer-ridden wife at that time, who was also played by Cicely Tyson. Y'all know who Cicely Tyson is. The funny thing about this is he was so troubled that he was an alcoholic that all he did was drink. And it's like the scriptures just says, give strong drink to those that perish. He always, every day, he felt like he was perishing. He was basically living through his son, who had went into the military and was hoping his son would come out a general. So he was sending him money and living through his son, which his son had his own setbacks and trials dealing with white America. So he was being put through all types of trials as well. So, I mean, when you watch this movie, I'm only going to show you a glimpse of it, but it all falls under Deuteronomy 28, verse 15 through 68, the curses. It's in your face as a sign for our people to recognize who the Most High's chosen people are. Okay? When you look at Jeremiah 2 and 14, let's go to Jeremiah 2 and 14 and we get into the clip. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Okay? And so when you watch this movie, the producers put every little thing that we go through into this movie, into a space of an hour and a half, as much as he could cram into it. Obviously, one movie can't say it all what we go through. That's why there's various movies, and every story is different. So let's get into the clip.
Get to the point.
But don't you see the point, Pop? Everybody had a piece of my toe but me. My fine fox, my fellow black officers, the pig instructors, you, Mama. Everybody had a piece of my toe but Jeff Williams.
Jeff Williams is Johnny Williams' son, God damn it.
You mean none of me belongs to me?
I want to see you in that goddamn uniform. And go put it on.
Pop, don't you see? All this talk is about you and about me and about the battlefields you always been talking about. Who is Jeff Williams?
Who is he?
He's a dude who hated navigation school and to the point to where he got migraine headaches on every flight.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, don't baby me, Mama. Don't baby me, I'm still the baddest. But I ain't now, nor do I ever want to be a super nigger, because that's all a super nigger is, a super nigger. Somebody who spends his whole life trying to prove he's as good as the man. For my last flight exam, a night celestial, we're circling the field. I tear off a piece of my flight log and started writing me a poem. Well, anyway, along comes Lieutenant Fortright, a Texas cracker, whose one joke repeated over and over again is, hee-haw, students, never worry about being lost. At least y'all know you're in an airplane. Yuck, yuck. Well, this orangutan caught sight of my poem and started laughing. And that did it, Pop. I says to myself, what am I doing this shit for? This navigator jive ain't for me. So they sent me to a board of senior officers. You see, this was not the first time I'd failed my night flying celestial exam, you see. They give me a white, all-American lieutenant for counsel. And do you know what he told me? He told me to cop a plea. To express love and dedication to my country and to the Air Force. To lick ass up. But I told that board to let go my toe. They said, what? you know the way white folks can do when they can't believe their ears. So I screamed at the top of my voice. Let go my nigger toe so I can stand up and be a man. And they must have thought I was insane. Because they hemmed and they hawed. But they let go of my toe. Mama, I had cut loose the man. So, I cut loose my black brother officers. And I went right home and I cut loose my fine fox. And I felt like there was no more glue holding my shoes to the track. I felt like I could almost fly, Pop. Because I was a super nigga no more. So I ain't proving nothing to nobody. Black, blue, white, polka dot. Nobody. Not even to you, Daddy Johnny. So, Mama, you can take that thing, that uniform thing, and you can give it to the Salvation Army. You can give it to the Goodwill, or whatever. Because it will never have the good fortune of getting on my back again. Bravissimo. It's all about battlefields, Daddy Johnny, just like you always said. No, Johnny,
Johnny? It's just coming home,
Okay, so this next movie that I'm going to talk about, it's called For Queen and Country. Denzel Washington is actually in this movie. He's playing a decorated veteran who's hanging up his guns for civilian life. So he's leaving the military after fighting a great war. Basically, he's a war hero who returns home. When he gets home, he's shocked to find out that how his neighborhood is besieged by crime. All he sees is drugs and police corruption. And then he feels betrayed by his country, and he's frustrated because he can't find work. So then he becomes like the emotional time bomb. He's ready to explode at anything because now he's put back into that situation he was once in, and it's even worse than before. Then his friend brutally gets murdered. Okay? So at this time he becomes a vigilante, ready to do anything at any time. This is another movie that I put on my list. Basically, it's about Negroes and Native American Indians again. What they go through. They want so much to be accepted, to be a part of this powerful system, to show that they have accomplished something to everyone around them, all their friends and family and so forth. And when they leave that job or that uniform, they find out that they're still disrespected. They still looked down on. Not just looked down on by the so-called Europeans or so-called white men, but their own people start to look down on them. It's another spiritual thing that we see when we read the scriptures. When we read the scriptures, Israel couldn't stand Judah, and Judah couldn't stand Israel because they started to work into these other nations and to get jobs and become centurions and doctors and lawyers and tax collectors. And so they caused a lot of friction between brotherhood of the 12 tribes of Israel. So again, this is another one of my movies that I like. So I'm going to go into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the movie.
You alright, Ruby?
So it's all that.
Ruben, our mate of mine, just come out of the army.
You must think I fool like you, black. A black man in the army? No, boss, can't believe that.
Straight up, he's a war hero, fought in the Falklands.
So you want to go all the way down there for it? Could have stayed up even at a rock.
Mentality of a bullfrog.
Pint of Guinness and a Jameson's, please.
Do you mind putting some money in this first?
London's a fiver.
Fuck off. Set him up.
You're finished. Him kill a whole heap of Argentinian, man.
It's where you are, chap boy.
Boy!
Oi, soldier boy. How come you never checked me? What am I, black or something? I don't know, mate. We never thought you'd end up joining the army and get paid to be a hooligan.
Hooligan, look who's talking.
Yeah, but you were the worst, mate. Dr. Martin should have given you a pair of gold-plated boots the amount of heads you kicked in.
We must have been mad supporting that poxy team.
You and Colin supported that bunch of wankers, I never did.
But you didn't mind us lot steaming in whilst you nipped in a few jewelry shops, did you?
Made a lot of money too.
So what you up to now then? Or is that a silly question?
You know the coup, Rube. Ducking and diving.
I don't want any stuff, all right?
Suit yourself, soldier boy.
You in this game or what?
Yo, what? I'm coming. See you later, man.
Hey, Linford. You never forgave me for joining up, have you?
No. But why should I? Is what this country ever do for you?
No, I didn't join up with any country. I joined up with me. We were going nowhere. I just wanted to move on. It's a crime in that.
So is where you did all? Right back where you started, mate. I'll see you later, man. Yeah?
The Soul of Nigger Charley. This movie, the star of this movie is Fred Williamson, who's also a good friend of mine. Been knowing him for a while. Over 10 years I've been knowing this brother. Very good brother. In this particular movie, he is playing a slave, and he's basically going after this colonel of a civil war who raided all these different locations of slaves who are running to the north to get away from slavery, and he's rescuing them. And so basically what he wants to do is pay for their freedom and get them back. And so there's a lot of violence that follows, and a lot of people suffer based on this happening. So there's a lot of slaves that got together and went to fight against northern armies or renegades. So this is a good movie because it goes into a lot of spiritual notions with who are the lost tribes of Israel, what color is Christ, also the communication between Native Americans and the Negroes, how they had established alliances with each other, how they were able to get around certain borders and so forth. Okay, so basically they were a family. They understood each other. And so this is going to be the last movie of this particular episode that I'm doing until this next time I do one. So I hope you enjoy.
It's like we found what we came for.
Nigger Charley. Mr. Nigger Charley. Now you want to talk about the gold, you start off by calling it from the sergeant. And he'll bring gold. And he'll beg us to take it. I want to buy 71 blacks from him, and I'll pay for them in gold, $100,000. Line 'em up!
Even you take behind the well. After you get the rope. Jeff, you get behind the barrel. Yeah, so go ahead.
The soul of Nigger Charley. He had a dream, free every slave in the West. Nigger Charley knew only one way to do it. Take the white man's gold and build an army of black fighting men.
This lazy nigger gonna blow your heads off.
I'll go. Me too. I ain't gonna let Fred go alone.
Count on me.
Take me with you.
Count on me, Charlie. Me too.
Got us an army. A damn army.
The soul of Nigger Charley. The story of a black cowboy who set the whole West on fire to buy his people from the white man's general. This was his dream. But to Nigger Charley, even God was against his dream.
Don't know that God is a damn white man!
The soul of Nigger Charley.
Let me out the will of the devil and his evil. On the lines, you get that black nigger out here. By the lost tribes of Israel, nigger! Back over! The lost tribes of Israel were black.